It's a heavyweight battle in the freshman division here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. On the LI Sports Network, good evening. I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Sean Giordano on the camera. Two of the top teams in the freshman division ready to square off. Separated by one placement in the standings, separated by 3 points in the standings. East Islip Chiefs 9-0-2 on the season. They have not lost yet. And the Eastport-South Manor Sharks 8-3-1. Chiefs, of course, the team that's 3 points ahead. But both these teams facing off for the first time this season. Sharks, the designated home team, and it should be a good one. The Chiefs, meanwhile, coming off a 6-4 win back at the end of January over a very good Southampton team that beat the ESM Sharks. Liam Lazzarino had a goal and an assist in that one, leading the way for the Sharks. Their last game, late January, 5-2 win over Middle Country. Kevin Beckman, as per usual, putting up 2 goals in that game. Sharks are 8-2 in their last 10. Meanwhile, the Chiefs sitting in third place are just 2 points behind Smithtown Hauppauge Red and St. Anthony's, who are tied for first place with 22 points. East Islip, they've been on a roll. They only have 2 ties. They actually came back-to-back October the 18th and October the 29th. 2-2 against St. Anthony's, 3-3 against Kings Park Comac Black. ESM is tied in points currently with Longwood White, who is idle tonight. They are 1 point ahead of Southampton, who I mentioned earlier beat them a few weeks ago. They are 3 points behind the Chiefs. We'll take a brief timeout. When we come back, starting goalies and puck drop here on LISN. Ready to go here on LISN. First, a look at our starting goalies. Chiefs going with number 27, Joseph Azar. Azar has been the stalwart back there. 6 games played, 5 started, .85 goals against average, 6-0-0 on the season. He'll be opposed by number 39 tonight, Elijah Moran. 8 games played, 4 started, 3.75 goals against. He's 2-1-0-0 on the season. And he's been phenomenal for his team, the dynamic duo of him and Austin Pagano. It looks like it's going to be Moran's night, though, tonight, as he's the only goalie here for ESM as the puck is down and we are underway. And an intercepted pass here by Lazzarino brings it in. Sharp angle try, he scores! And just like that, 16 seconds in, the Chiefs draw first blood. What a start. He's just able to work through that check there and bury that one, perhaps 5-hole on Moran. Nothing he could do about that. Lazzarino from Straub. Straub's 8th assist on the season. Lazzarino picks up his 6th goal. As East Islip fans still filing in here, looking up at the scoreboard, seeing their team has the early lead. Meanwhile, Colin Clark, as soon as that goal was scored, he just went across to the bench from the locker room. This is icing against EI. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, these two teams separated by just 3 points. East Islip in 3rd, ESM in 4th. They do give the secondary assist to Tyler Botetto, so he gets his 2nd helper on the season. Face-off win offensively here for Eastport-South Manor. That comes to the far side wall. Pass knocked down, and EI will try again here on the near side. So Morin feeds it ahead, cutting to the outside, trying for the centering feed there. Mazzarone didn't get a whole lot on it. Now goes towards the circle, blocked down in front as Barbarito let it go. Now it's Luca Mazzarone wearing 94. Number 19 is Miles Mazzarone. Shot, score! Traffic in front. Barbarito provides a big one. 2-0 EI. Plenty of time here to step in. And moving out of the way there. Looking for the redirection. I believe that was Miles Mazzarone in front. We'll get a better look in a minute. Well, what a start here for the Chiefs as they have knocked the Sharks back on their heels. So Morim gets the assist. Barbarito's third of the season, Morim's second assist. Has the Chiefs off and running, and here they come again. Mazzarone shot off the glove of Moran. Bonaventura back the other way, takes it wide. I've not seen Kevin Beckman yet, and I don't believe I see him on the bench. That's going to be a big loss tonight for the Sharks. Certainly have the firepower to get it done without him, though. Not an ideal start, though, for ESM. Fowler stole the puck. He's by himself. Wires a slapper. Gloved and forcing the official to blow the whistle there was Elijah Moran. There weren't any Chiefs around initially as he got back to his feet, but pleading with the official there as the Chiefs completed their change and started the forecheck and eventually got the benefit of the doubt. Don't think the ref was all that pleased, though. This is Clark. Walsh, tough angle try off the outside of the post, and it's covered. First of two freshman games. Had a thrilling developmental matchup. Longwood holding on against Connecticut Sayville. JV off tonight, as is varsity, as Meyer lets one go. Glove save by Moran. Of course, varsities in their playoffs, in their final series. A thriller last night, went to a shootout. St. Anthony's takes game one in the best of three over Smithtown Hauppauge, game two Monday night. Rest of the divisions wrapping up in the next month and a half. Season went by just like that. Here's Walsh. Under pressure around the boards. Clark looks over his shoulder. Mariella Iskro with the pressure. Clark moves it back to Lazzarino. Back down to Clark. Behind the net, Walsh takes a look over his shoulder. Clark calling for it. He was open. Walsh selects for the shot. Swallowed up by Moran. 3.5 minutes gone here in period one. Basically all Chiefs here so far. Jammed up the boards, and Moram holds it in. Wraps it behind the net. Liam Van Steen. Barbarito from a similar spot in which he scored. This time his wrister was blocked. Gets on it again. Slides it down low. Van Steen jams it towards the front. Intercepted here. And Gianni Bonventer starts out. And Maniaci ruled just to stride in too early offside. This is Straub on the faceoff just outside the EI zone. Amorim. And the reach of Boteto. Bonventure up the boards. Checked there by Newport. But instead, Amorim back in. Checked off his stick. Boteto, the follow-up. He gave it away to Privatera. Privatera puts it in. And we'll head for a change. I flip off the glass and help. Chasing back on its Stores. He'll leave it for Bonventure. Drops it to William Newport. Nice pass on here to Gabrielson. Aiden Gabrielson. Looks like he got caught in between there. Deciding to take the shot. It's defended. Bonventure. High slot blocker save. Azar. Up top. Bonventure lets one go off a stick and out of play. Decent shift there for the Sharks as they try and gain some momentum here in the offensive zone. Haven't spent a whole lot of time down there just yet. And Travaia, Iskro, flips it out. Carl McGovern, one of the captains of this team. His shot bounces around, comes back towards the line, and knocked out by Mazzarone. Fowler in his skates. Mathers D to D, and now ahead, but a bit too far. This is Brandon Bentrowitz. Back in, comes right back out to him though. Fowler under pressure from Intravia. Fowler behind the back. Mazzarone on goal, stopped and covered by Moran. .9:21 left, first period of play. Face off to the right of Elijah Moran. His team wins it. On the boards, Clark will let it go for Mathers. Back down to Clark at the half wall. Clark, sharp angle try, save made, rebound loose. Walsh poked it off to the corner. Brody Mariachi tied up here. Digging for Jackson Garena. Throws it down to Walsh. Intercepted. Good stick there by Clark. And forced back here in Newport. Just a relentless forecheck from East Islip. Maniaci. Defended by Bentrowitz. Now it's Fritzen. Turns back. Tries to flip it in and hit Clark. And settles just outside the blue line. Newport doubles back. Red line and in. Gabrielson in on the forecheck. And as it comes to the line, just out. And Jalarenzi past Gabrielson. Still finds a teammate though in Fritzen. Fritzen on goal. Stopped by Azar. Around Clark, checked by Gabrielson. And Travaia to the line. Iskro had it knocked away. And here's a chance. Walsh couldn't quite settle it. Now McGovern with the pressure. Walsh tries to fend him out, gets it towards the slot. But Teto couldn't handle it. And back the other way, Intravia has trouble settling it down. Iskro just gained the red line there, able to put it deep. Mazzarino. And it knocked away. Straub holds it in. Goes down to Van Steen. Halfway through period number 1. 2 quick strikes from EI has them ahead. 2-zip. Straub shot blocked. Gabrielson. And Straub was trying to get back to his feet. Gabrielson went by him. And Rister snuck just wide. Tie up in the corner here. Eventually it gets flipped back out to center. Stores will put it right back in. Sharks touch up. Lazzarino on to Boteto. Boteto And a man going to the goal, and Straub. But it was blocked. Here's Straub again. We'll put it in deep. Gianni Bonventura reverses course here to the near side. Maniaci tries to flip it out. Meyer couldn't get it there. Straub. Meyer at the point. Shot stopped. Was looking for a redirection. Van Steen was in front. Jammed at and out. The Sharks could have numbers here. Privatera loads up a slapper. Blocked by Lazzarino. Not sure if Privatera realized he could have had a 3-on-1 there. It's going to be a 2-on-1 down low. Backhand try as R makes the save on Newport. Ran out of room on the back check from Lazzarino. Gaining the zone here, EI, but it's offside. It looked like Luca Mazzarone was a step ahead of Miles there. Just under 6 minutes left in the first. Barbarito will put it in deep. And Fritzen will go back on it. Up the wall, Barbarito waiting for it. Down to the half wall, Fowler snaps one across. Miles Mazzarone just missed high. What vision there by Fowler, and he fired that one across. Mazzarone was able to settle. O'Moran. Mazzarone in front, bouncing puck cleared away. O'Moran will regroup here in neutral ice. Barbarito from the red line flips it in on goal. Covered by Elijah Moran. Tie up at the dot. Jorena reaching for it, poking at it, couldn't get it through McGovern. Got through Iskro, now McGovern again. Behind his own net, flips it ahead, knocked down by Jorena. He'll sweep it back down towards the corner. Flipped out towards the line, and Bentrowitz will regroup. Jorena flips it ahead. Gabrielson took the puck away. Walsh, though, gets it deep. Heads in after it. Walsh turning. Opens up. Clark settles on the backhand. Ran into trouble. Swarmed by Sharks. And here they come. Intravaya couldn't get through Clark. Jorena turns it around. Walsh the trailer. Jorena fires. Save made by Moran. He fumbled that one into his chest. .409 left. First period. 2-0 lead for EI. Meyer looking for a third. His shot high up in the air and knocked down. Mini 2-on-1 here for the Sharks, but Privatera's pass goes to the corner. Maniaci check to the boards. Straub for Meyer, back to Straub. Maniaci on it. Had it checked away from him. Storrs steps up to hold it in. Flipped ahead towards Botetto, and it gets out. Straub with the steal. Rory Straub. Advancing towards the net, got it there, and stopped in tight by Moran. Straub on it again, draws the penalty. Likely going to be a hooking call here. Indeed. Brody Maniaci to the box. Meanwhile, we take a look at that chance. Straub, he sees Van Steen going to the goal, puts it right on its tape. Jams it in tight, able to keep it out, however, was Moran. Power play here for EI, late in the first, and if you're ESM, Still a ways to go in this game, but for a tight matchup on paper, you do not want to let this one slip away too much. Mathers, high shot, glove save Moran. ESM, not all that much zone time here in this first period. Clark checked, holds on to it, takes it low. Russell down to the ice. Van Steen in front, angled maybe off the post there from Jarena. Either that or Moran just got a piece of it, and that shot blocked. Mathers holds it in. Down to Clark. Clark blocked by McGovern. Around the boards, Mathers will keep it. Shot looking for deflection, they score! Looks like it may have been Liam Van Steen the last to touch it. A PPG for EI. They go up 3-0. And I believe it was indeed Van Steen in the high slot there. 2:31 to go. EI dominating this first period. They do give the goal to Van Steen from Mathers and Fowler. Here's Fowler off the cuff of the glove of Moran. So Fowler with his 8th assist. Mathers picks up his 7th assist, and for Liam Van Steen, his 6th goal of the season. Could be a backbreaker here in this first period. Yes, I'm looking to get on the board. Stores to the front. Handled by Amorin. Out to the line. Stores just able to keep it in, but a shot blocked by Fowler. And here goes Christian Fowler. Throws it across. Mazzarone scores! Fowler, the block, leads the rush ahead. Miles Mazzarone roofs it high glove. All East Islip here in the opening period. Sees him open. Not really a breakaway, but plenty of space there to walk in and pick his spot for Miles Mazzarone. Back-to-back assists for Christian Fowler, separated by about 49 seconds. 1:42 left in the period. And it's all Chiefs. Fowler gets his 9th assist on the season. Miles Mazzarone's 7th goal. This is icing against EI. Newport will take the face-off here as ESM just trying to swing the momentum late in the period, get something. But here's Jarena back the other way on the cutback. Goes behind towards Walsh. Good read that time. Flipped up the boards by Fritzen. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Now a pass ahead towards Maniaci. Brody Maniaci. Good luck keeping him off the score sheet for too long. Looking to create something here. And Fritzen in front. Goes down low. Final minute of the first. Newport. Centers. McGovern. Out high. Kind of a shot pass there towards Newport. Missed him. To the line it comes, but Walsh with the interception. McGovern, though, held it in. Then he went to get it deep. It hit the linesman. Final 30 of the period. Good shift here for ESM to close it out. Can they cap it with one of their own? Pass intercepted, though, and cleared down the ice. Walsh will not be able to get it. This is going to be an icing. 17.7 left. To the circle, trying to get a stick free. Newport couldn't get a shot away. 10 seconds left. Clark trying to eat the rest of this clock. And he will. And he brings it ahead, gets it deep. That'll close out a dominant first period from the East Islip Chiefs. Lazarino, Barbarito, Vanstein, Mazzarone. 4-0 EI after one. We'll be back for the second in a moment on LISN. Back for the second on LISN. With Sean Giordano on camera, I'm Brady Campbell. 4-0 lead. East Islip freshman leading Eastport-South Manor. Just wire-to-wire dominance in that first period from the Chiefs. These teams separated by 3 points. It certainly did not look like it in period number one. ESM, though, is going to get an early power play opportunity here in the second period. Hooking the call upcoming against EI. Lazarino scored 16 seconds in. And since that, it's been all East Islip so far. But still plenty of time left. And for the Sharks, the power play goal here can certainly swing the momentum of the game. Rory Straub to the box for hooking. To the line. Bonaventure's pass deflects high up in the air. Glove down by McGovern. Throws one towards the net. Skipping puck will go just wide. Bonaventure out high. McGovern too hot to handle. Walsh going to try and chip it by him. And does. And Walsh up the boards and out. Bonaventure just gave it away there. Meyer will go up to Vanstein. Vanstein trying to dangle his way through. Had it knocked off his stick. Now it's Newport. Newport takes it wide. Just hammers one towards the net. Saved by Azar. Not a whole lot of dangerous chances for ESM, too. Making things easy on Joseph Azar, who, as I said at the top of the broadcast, has a .85 goals against. In 6 games played, 5 appearances. So it's not like this is maybe his first or second game. No, he's played enough to where that is very, very impressive. Also a good start so far here tonight. Newport goes down. That one not a penalty, although we do get a whistle. I believe it's going to be for offside. Not a whole lot being generated here so far on the CSM power play. High flip comes back out. Bonaventure will get back on it. That one takes a funny hop there. Not sure what that hit, but McGovern just forces it ahead, and then from neutral ice, glove down by Moran, and then Trying to make the official angry. He will keep play moving here. Just 10 seconds left in the penalty. McGovern gonna step up. Takes a bump, but keeps it deep. Back to 5-a-side. Maniaci under pressure here. 0 for 1 on the man advantage is ESM. McGovern. Rister looking for a deflection instead of hit Maniaci square. Bonventure fakes the shot. Saucers one towards the front. Comes out to McGovern. Lets one go. Blocked. Comes back to him. Another wrister. Punched away. Gabrielson behind the net. Newport. In to get it. Tie up here. Big battle there in the far corner. Not a whole lot of people playing the puck and a few borderline punches being thrown, and that will be at least one penalty. Looks like they might be taking both here. It's going to be Joseph Barbarito and William Newport. Looks like 2 roughing calls. Exactly 3 minutes gone in period 2. There's an extra player in there for EI, so Barbarito may have gotten a bit more. As that's Fowler, number 61, up on the scoreboard. So there's a power play here for ESM. Right back to the man advantage, 0 for 1. Intravia gets in the slot, gave it away, and it's flipped out. Newport gets a 2-minute minor for roughing. Barbarito got a 2-minute minor for roughing, but looks like there was something more. Fowler got roughing as well. Shot from the line, save Azar, and he'll cover. Oh, a whole lot being generated again. Fritzen shot no traffic in front though, and normally no problem for Azar. Fritzen, D to D. Shot high in the air, stopped by Azar, and he'll pounce on it again. 11:20 left, second period. Second game of the night. Coming up next, more freshman hockey. Kings Park Comac will do battle against Connecticut Sayville. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're keeping warm. We are in the single digits right now outside. Inside, it's not as cold as I thought it would be. It's still very cold, but not nearly as bad as I expected with what the weather is like outside. As here's Mathers with the steal. Around the boards halfway through this power play. My phone says 6 degrees, feels like -17. And it's expected to get colder overnight. So bundle up. Here's Clark trying to heat things up for EI, shorthanded. Goes around. McGovern. Sam Meyer stepped up, took it for a moment. Now it's cleared out. Clark under pressure. And just fire it down the ice. This is McGovern. Ahead to Fritzen. Colton Fritzen. Under pressure from Straub. Had to move it quickly. Across to Iskro. In the skates there of Maniaci. Helped out by Fritzen. We'll give and go. It got past Maniaci, though. Iskro to the net. Deflected, but just wide by Fritzen. Maniaci gave it away. Van Steen the steal. That'll do it for the power play. 0 for 2 tonight are the Sharks. Nice pass. Potato, though, had his stick lifted there. Couldn't get a shot away. Straub out of the box, hoping to create something. Van Steen cuts back. Vacant left point, and Morin unable to hold it in. So that leaves Newport and Barbarito still in the box. Now Straub. Morin. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Bonventor gave it away. Van Steen dangles. Van Steen opens up. Kick save. Diving is Moran for that rebound, but had some help in clearing it away. Back the other way. Bonventor inside out. Takes it wide. Tried to sneak it short side high. It caught the glass. Johnny Bonventor turning it up to second gear. Instead, it's Straub. Ran out of room. Looked like he wasn't entirely sure what to do there. Just kind of skated right into Moran. Bentrowitz will bank it out. Now it's McGovern on to Stores. Ahead in Travaia. Straub on the back check in the passing lane. Ahead to Mazzarone. Luca on to Miles Mazzarone. It's a little reverse shoulder there into McGovern, but McGovern takes the puck away. Faller off the bench. Out high, Aiden Mathers. Holds. Rister swallowed up by Moran. No traffic in front. Islip going to work again. Mathers down the board. Score's not changed since period one, though. Centering pass. Mazzarone tied up by a couple Sharks. Giveaway. Luca Mazzarone. The puck popped up on edge and slid off his stick. And now in Travaia. Back the other way. Tries to spin the pass towards the front. Gabrielson. Blocked by Mathers. And Travaia trying to fish it out of a couple skates. His shot blocked halfway through regulation time. All EI so far. ESM trying to change that. Mathers will send it down the ice, and this could be icing. No, it's going to slow up, I believe. Faller will get to it. Pass on the wrong side of Mazzarone. Out come the Sharks, but pass unable to be handled by Travaia. High flip. Got past Privatera and back out. And chipped ahead. Can Mazzarone catch up to it? He cannot. This is onside. But Joanna couldn't settle it. Mazzarone will flip it wide of the cage. Angles on goal where it's covered by Moran. .6:44 left, second period from the rinks. Face-off win in the O-zone for EI. Meyer on goal. Tracking that one, Moran. Lazzarino. And it knocked away by Maniaci. ESM looking to clear. Iskro with a little bit of room here. We'll bank it out. Clark couldn't reach it. Played on to Iskro. Iskro just out of the reach of Maniaci. And Meyer to the line. Fritzen held it in. Here's Newport on the backhand. Curls. Sweeps it right through the top of the crease. Here come the Chiefs. Walsh couldn't settle. Bonventor up the boards. Taken for a moment by Jarena. Skated out here by Bonventor. Backhand to the head. Newport. Saucer pass all the way through. Finds the tape of Maniaci. Shot blocked. Fritzen holds it in. Now it's Clark. On to Alex Walsh. Walsh cuts back. He gets knocked down by Bonventure. Big hit there by number 13 in white. Trying to swing some momentum. Colton Fritzen back the other way. Centering pass blocked off. Morin ahead to Clark. Now Van Steen. Nice cut. Another tangle from number 97. Adds up as to why he wears that number. Thrown in front. Bouncing puck. It ends up wide. They're going to rule it was played by a high stick as well. So even if that ended up in the net, not sure if it would have counted. Close call there. Alex Walsh, though, he's going to feel this one. Tries to cut back. Bonventure, the wiser to it. Lays the body. .450 left here in the second. Clean face-off win, but it comes all the way out. Now McGovern on to Storrs. Hard check into the boards by Botetto. That's going to be a penalty against East Islip. Couldn't quite catch the numbers. He was going in, but slow to get up here on the near side, and the trainer will come out. So ESM set to go to the power play as the trainer checks on the Shark down here in the neutral zone. We'll be right back. Well, good news. Took a little bit, but Gianni Privatera back to his feet under his own power. And will skate off to the locker room. So, hope to see him back out there, but we shall see. But a good sign nonetheless as he was able to get back up. As his team heads to the power play. After Tyler Botetto gets the boarding call, and not just any power play here. It is a 5-minute major. Bentrowitz will serve it. Botetto done for the game. 4:38 left here in the second. 4-0 lead for East Islip. But a huge opportunity for Eastport-South Manor to get back into this hockey game as they have the opportunity to score at will here for the next 5 minutes. McGovern will race over to hold it in. Down to Maniaci. To McGovern. Return to Maniaci. Couldn't find any skates. Back to the line. McGovern holds it in. We'll just sweep it down towards the net, but wide. Straub will try and skate it out. Overskated. Newport towards the slot. Bouncing puck to the line. Bonventure just able to hold it in. Fending off Van Steen. Down to Maniaci. Gabrielson opened the slot. Pass slowed up. Comes to McGovern. Lets a shot go. Blocked down. Stick lit by Newport. Checked off his stick, though, and Van Steen will eventually work it out here. Stroud back in. Offensively for EI, overskated. Stroud tied up there with Bonventure and eventually digging it free from their skates. are the Sharks, and Gabrielson. And Gabrielson back in. Saucers one across. Maniaci tried for a tangle. Got through. He'll draw the hooking call. 3:31 left in the period. .354 left on the 5-minute major power play. And it will be a 5-on-3 here. And I did see another Chief enter the box prior to that, and I could hear the East Islip coach asking, I think one ref may have called the penalty down one end, and another called the penalty that we saw in front of the net, a hook. Rory Straub's in the box for slashing. It's a 5-on-3 either way, obviously. Well, it may continue a bit longer than we initially thought. McGovern. Glove down by Azar. No traffic in front there for the Sharks. Bonventure jams it down the boards. Newport swings it in front, looking back door. A chance to clear it, and they will. As was fired down the ice by Lazzarino. McGovern up the ice, and ESM's in. Maniaci taking it wide on Lazzarino. Opens up, centering pass. Handcuff Gabrielson. Goes up top on Ventor. D to D. Newport. Shot. Stick save. Rebound chopped wide by Maniaci. High flip played by a high stick of William Newport. And we get the whistle. Just about 2 minutes gone on this 5-minute major. Almost a minute gone on the minor. Straub's number is the one up on the board. Crowded box right now for East Islip. 3 players in there. Bentrowitz serving the major. Straub in there as well. And Barbarito for slashing. Back in short-handed, Lazzarino couldn't get a shot away. Stretch pass on to Newport. Newport works in. Up top, Fritzen. Slides one across. McGovern walks in. Shot blocked by Lazzarino. Flips it ahead to Walsh, and he will clear. Fritzen right back in. 2 minutes left in the second. Colton Fritzen shot high. Around it comes McGovern. D to D Newport. Newport steps. McGovern. Saucers one. Gabrielson lets it go. Fritzen will play it. Goes back to McGovern. A lot of passing here to the outside. Can they get a shot? Fritzen has a lane. Loads up. Shoots. Blocked down. And skated out here by Clark. Clark into the attacking zone. Still short-handed. So one penalty is over, but it remains a 5-on-3 here. For about 100 more seconds as Newport back in. Walks down the slot. Shoots off the post. Newport beat Azar low blocker side, but Azar helped out by his best friend as we hit the final minute. Bonventure up the ice, swoops in, curls back, 40 left in the period. ESM looking to at least get one here before the frame is out. 55 left on the major. A minute left on the second minor. Save made Azar, cleared out to the line. Fritzen holds, gets deeper, down low, point blank, and they score! Azar made the initial save, but jamming it home, Gabrielson, the PPG, ESM on the board. just got enough on that. With 15.4 left in the period. They'll still have a power play for 37 seconds. Newport gets the assist. And Fritzen as well. So Gabrielson, his 11th goal on the season. And still 7 behind Beckman for the team lead. Newport and Fritzen, the helpers. Newport is 6 assists. Fritzen is second. Final seconds. Can they get one more shot? Maniaci dangles through. They cannot, and that'll do it for the second. Pretty even second there. The lone goal in the final seconds. Power play tally for Aiden Gabrielson gets ESM on the board. We'll have a power play for about a half minute going into the third as East Islip tries to hang on to a 4-1 lead. We'll be back for the final 15 here on LISN in just a moment. Minutes to go on LISN. With Sean Giordano on the camera, I'm Brady Campbell. Still a 5 on, I believe, 3 here. There's still 2 Chiefs in the box. A lot to sort out. It is a 5 on 3 for 22 more seconds. 5 on 4 for just 7 seconds longer. For Eastport-South Manor, they got a goal with just 15 seconds left in the period to get on the board. In the first period, dominated by East Islip. As they lead 4-1, these two teams separated by 3 points. 5 on 4, 5 seconds till we get even strength. Out of the box, Barbarito. And we're back to even strength. Mazzarone will replace him out on the ice. All things considered, you'll take it if you're East Islip. Faller behind the back. Luca Mazzarone couldn't reach it. They give up the 1 goal on a 5-minute major that also saw them being shorthanded 5 on 3 for several minutes. Just 14 minutes left in this game, trying to lock it down. Sharp angle try. Gabrielson, I believe he hit the outside of the post there. On Ventor, back down low. Settle, out top McGovern. Holds, flips it down. Gabrielson, out high. Wrist shot, stopped by Azar. No traffic again. And Mazzarone to Faller. Christian Faller, trying to make something happen again. Shot glove save by Moran. First meeting this season between these two teams. Chiefs came out flying in the first, scored 16 seconds in, put up 4. ESM has been able to settle in just a bit and eventually get on the board. That shot hit the post. Barbarito from distance, same spot where he scored this time. It was stopped by Moran. EI that close to stifling any momentum that ESM was trying to generate. From the North Rink here in the Hop Hog at the rinks. I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Sean Giordano on the camera. Bentrowitz steps up, reverses course. Here's McGovern. Up the boards, Barbarito holds it in. His shot, angled towards the net, stopped by Moran. Gabrielson flying up the ice. Lets one go, took the stick right on the hands of Barbarito. He's going to leave it and play without it for the moment. Now his team takes back possession, and he'll pick it up. No icing here. Mathers back on it. Pass it, Isgro. Intravaya trying to find it. Dangles through. His shot blocked. Fritzen towards the goal. Blocked. Straub. Intravaya harassing him. Gets a stick on another pass. Now it's Van Steen. Cross ice towards Straub. On Ventor, Straub defends him, flips it on goal. Moran stops it, leaves it for a teammate, fired down the ice, and this looks like it'll be an icing here against ESM. 11:32 left. And we get a look at that last chance here for EI. Oh, so close to restoring their 4-goal lead as Van Steen was able to put it in front. I believe that's Brandon Bentrowitz with Moran diving across. Hit the post there. Now it's Meyer. Shot bouncing around as it hit Walsh and goes off to the corner. Joanna knocked off the puck. Bonventure starts back out. Puts it down to the corner and heads in after it. Defended by Walsh. And Travaya chopping at it. Comes to the slot. Jarena takes it. Jackson Jarena. Walsh with him. Jarena takes it wide. Around the cage, up top. Moran loads one up, but swing and a miss there, and it comes back out. And he'll have to get back to it. Fritzen couldn't keep it in. Jarena. Walsh with him. As Jarena puts it in deep, throws it towards the net. Knocked down. Jarena, though, gets back on it. Drops it. Mazzarone shot. Stopped. Rebound. Score. EI restores the 4-goal lead on the rebound. It's Alex Walsh. Look at this, in transition off the bench. Mazzarone lets one fly. Rebound right on the tape of Walsh, makes no mistake. 10.5 left. Big goal for the Chiefs as they look to put this one away. 10th goal of the season for Walsh. We get an offside call here as Mazzarone picks up his 6th helper. Jarena with just his 2nd point on the season, 2nd assist. And the Sharks trying to mount a big comeback, gonna have to start soon. This is offside though. Two teams separated by 3 points coming in. Big swing game in the standings. 3rd place for East Islip, 4th for Eastport-South Manor. Mazzarone. Miles with it. Luca to the net. Kick save. And the rebound just out of the reach of Luca Mazzarone. Angle towards the goal. Covered by Moran. Of course, we mentioned coming up next, Connecticut Sayville against Kingsport Comac. Those two teams separated by just 1 point. You got a logjam in the middle of the standings. Mentioned these two teams, 20 points, 17 respectively. Then you got Longwood tied with ESM at 17 points as this ends up out of play. offside against EI. Faceoff will come all the way down. Longwood tied with ESM, 17 points. Southampton, 16. A little bit of a wider gap. Middle Country at 12. KPC at 11. The team they're facing tonight, Connecticut Sayville at 10. Sachem at 10. West Islip at 9. Smithtown Hauppauge Blue at 8. And a little bit more of a drop-off after that. But that is your standings coming into tonight. On the freshman side of things, as Straub chips it ahead, it'll slide in on goal, where it's covered by Moran. Nine and a half left here in this one. And puck ends up out of play. Bentrowitz down the boards. Colton Fritzen on it. Gave it away to Bentrowitz. Dangles through. Sharp angle. Goes high. Barbarino. McGovern got in the way there. Van Steen on it. Liam Van Steen out to Barbarino. Holds it in, but Fritzen takes the puck around the boards. Lazzarino takes a drop pass now, gives it back to Straub, who just holds the line, throws one towards the net, blocker down. Maniaci. Far side, here's McGovern. Lazzarino forced back with it, poked back to the line. It's held in though. And McGovern will take his time here and reverse course. Carl McGovern again. Quick cut back to shake free of Bentrowitz and the official. Fired ahead, Maniaci. On to Newport. Newport in, down low, sharp angle try as R holds his post. Van Steen. Offside. East Islip. Only a little more than halfway through the season, I'd say. East Islip's next game for a few weeks. Some of these teams basically taking their own Olympic break here. They play on the 25th, 7:50 against Middle Country. ESM's game, they play next week, the 13th, 7:10 versus West Islip Blue. As Walsh takes it wide. Centers it. What a pass. Jarena scores. Walsh gets the goal, and then he has great vision to set up the assist to Jackson Jarena. Makes it 6-1. And two players in front. Jarena had enough time there. Clark tries to avoid blocking that shot and does, in the process, a pretty good screen there. And Jarena, mentioned just his second point and assist moments ago, is here is Clark. Way out of his crease to make the save was Moran. But Jarena, of course, his first goal on the season right there. So congrats to him as we hit the halfway point of the third. And that goal should all but do it here for East Islip. Walsh will pick up his 6th assist on the season and go along with his 10 goals now. As here's Mathers. Fired around the boards. Fritzen reverses course, waiting for Jarena. Back down to Walsh. Trying to step to Iskro. It comes back out of Morin. Fumbled it a bit. Checked by Iskro. Holds on to it. Cycle behind the net. Mazzarone. Off the outside of the cage, and now Walsh again. Comes around, Amorim steps up. Amorim towards the front, off a stick and behind the net as Walsh was knocked down. Barbarito towards the goal, stopped by Moran, and he'll get the whistle. So timeout here for ESN. So just 6:10 left, and of course we mentioned coming in, East Islip just 2 points behind Smithtown, Hop Park Red, and St. Anthony's for first. I want to talk about a logjam in the middle of the standings. Assuming East Islip can hold on to this game, we will have a 3-way tie at the top of the standings for the time being, heading into our Super Bowl Sunday break of just 1 day. Now the timeout here. ESM. Just about out of time. Only 6:10 left. They trail by 5. Only 2 goals in this third. Walsh and Jarena for East Islip. Giveaway. Straub in front, angled wide by Luca Mazzarone. Amorim. Traffic in front, redirected by Mazzarone, but also blocked by McGovern and then covered by Moran. Tie up. Mazzarone lets one go. Easy stop there for Moran. And for ESM, just not enough towards the net tonight. Of course, we mentioned how good Azara's been as this banks in. A pass from the corner, believed by Christian Fowler, ends up in the back of the net. Barbarito up down to Fowler. He's just going to try and throw this in front. It hits a skate and goes 5-hole on the sliding goalie, Moran. A 7-1 lead. As Fowler on the board again. Give Barbarito the assist. Straub fought off. Tough angle try. Another save by Moran. Now to the backhand, running out of room, Van Steen. Felt like the way Fowler's played, and eventually get rewarded with a goal, just not quite that. But ESM, I mentioned how good Azara's been. Not enough shots on him, I'd say, to really keep themselves in this hockey game. Mathers, that catches the mask of Moran, and he falls on it. Of course, you also have Anthony Ford, who has played in 6, started 6. He's got 3.14 goals against. He's 3-0-2. So he's been basically just as good as Azar. Talk about goaltending. ESM, a phenomenal duo as well. Moran came into this game in just 4 starts, 8 appearances with a 3.75 goals against. He was 2-1 record-wise. And Austin Pagano wears number 30, not here tonight, but she has started 8, appeared in 10, 3.09 goals against. 6-2-1-0. So this battle certainly a goaltending duel, but East Islip has just dominated here and thrown everything and anything towards the net. And Straub gonna test Moran again. No, he's not. He's gonna take it wide. Takes it to the slot. Say made diving attempt. And it goes in. Van Steen on the board again. Extends the lead for EI. Diving, desperate attempt there by Moran. Looks like right under the right arm there. Chiefs pouring it on here in the third. 4 goals, Van Steen from Straub. Jorena has a teammate going to the net. Pass blocked up in the air and glove down, and then a sharp angle try by Walsh. Catches glass. Meyer. Easy time tracking that puck for Moran. 3:12 left. Chop to the line, Samuel Meyer. Down towards the slot, Jorena to the backhand. He stuffs it. Second of the game. Second of the period for number 22 in black, 9-1. Quick move here in tight. Moran almost caught in between, but went for the poke check, just couldn't reach it. 9-1 EI, and it looks like we got to the point where we've reached running clock here. Didn't look like we'd really get to that point. Jorena now looking for the Hattie, had it knocked off his stick. But a 5-goal third here for East Islip, just as ESM may be starting to generate a little momentum. A late second period goal. Power play early in the third. But the Chiefs making a statement here tonight on the North Rink. Jorena takes a hard hit there from Storrs. Giveaway though, shot missed. That time from Clark. Final 2 minutes. Fired out Barbarito, it got by him. Meyer back on it, both teams making changes. Barbarito off the glove of Fritzen. Moran leaves it for Bonaventura. Picking up speed, trying to get one more for the Sharks. Takes it wide, shoots, and looking short side high again, getting a shoulder on it. Was Azar. Flipped out Fowler. Trying to dangle past Fritzen, regroups, takes it wide. Fowler behind the net. Final 60 seconds of this one. Comes to the line, Amorim. Down for Fowler on the backhand. Miles Mazzarone missed high glove side. Comes back towards the line and out. Fowler on the dump in. Ventura back on it. Banks it towards the line. Held in by Lazzarino in the final 30. Mazzarone in front, calling for it. He'll go to Fowler. Couldn't settle that pass. Just back out to neutralize for Amorim. Takes a look at the clock. Backs up to his own end. Gave the puck away. In Travaia. Gabrielson going to the goal. Gabrielson denied by Azar. One more save to close it out. Mazzarone at the horn. Stopped by Moran. And the East Islip Chiefs dominate the first, dominate the third, and bookend the second period with a 9-1 win tonight over Eastport-South Manor. So we'll take one more look at that save by Azar, not to be shorted. Hasn't had too many highlights tonight because he hasn't been tested all that much, but Intravia steal here, playing to the horn. Gabrielson just gets that shot away, but the left pad saved by Azar. So East Islip now ties Smithtown, Hauppauge Red, and St. Anthony's for first place with 22 points. ESM remains tied with Longwood, still 1 point ahead of Southampton, now 5 behind East Islip. More freshman hockey on the way to close out the night here on the North Ring. Kings Park, Comac against Connecticut Sayville. But that'll do it for our coverage here of the middle contest. For Sean Giordano on camera, I'm Brady Campbell. Final score, East Islip Chiefs 9, Eastport-South Manor Sharks 1. You've been tuned in to Freshman Suffolk County High School Hockey League hockey action here on the LI Sports Network.